The work-RVU gap in family medicine and what it costs over a career. $51.44. That is the national median dollar per work RVU rate for family medicine without obstetrics from the 2025 National Family Medicine data. The 25th percentile is $44.78. The 75th percentile is $61.43. The difference between the lower and upper quartile, $16.65 per work RVU, is the single most important number in a family medicine compensation negotiation that most physicians never ask about. Here is why the spread matters. A full-time family medicine physician at national median production generates 6,028 work RVUs per year. At the lower quartile rate of $44.78 per work RVU, that production pays $270,012. At the upper quartile rate of $61.43, the same production pays $370,312. The difference is $100,300 per year from the same clinical volume, the same panel size, the same number of patient encounters, and the same documentation burden. The dollar per work RVU rate is not a number that appears prominently in most offers. It is derived from the compensation exhibit. If your contract structure is base salary plus production bonus above a threshold, the work RVU rate embedded in the structure is base salary divided by the implied threshold production. That calculation tells you what you are being paid for your work, regardless of how the offer is framed. Now the career math. A $10 per work RVU gap, which is well within the quartile spread, at 6,028 work RVUs per year is $60,280 annually. Over a 30-year career in family medicine, at a 3% inflation adjustment, that gap compounds to more than $2.8 million in lost lifetime earnings. The gap is not a theoretical number. It is the gap between accepting the rate that was offered and knowing the market rate for the same unit of work. There is a family medicine specific factor that compounds the rate gap further. Family medicine physicians carry a disproportionate documentation burden relative to their work RVU production compared to procedural specialties. A 20-minute family medicine office visit, a level 4 new patient encounter, generates 3.17 work RVUs. A comparable time investment in a procedural specialty generates higher work RVU credit for the same or less cognitive and documentation effort. Family medicine physicians are paid per unit of work at rates that already reflect this structural difference. The rate gap within the specialty, between the $44.78 physician and the $61.43 physician, is the negotiable variable. What to ask for? The dollar per work RVU rate embedded in your compensation structure, the work RVU threshold at which production bonus begins, and whether that rate is fixed or indexed to national benchmark updates. The work RVU rate is the unit price of your clinical work. Negotiate it as precisely as you would negotiate an annual salary. Run your contract through ClauseLine at clauseline.com.